Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Nikki Haley dropped mic on UN by announcing the insane thing we dropped on North Korea. Nikki Haley was asked about the sanctions that President Trump dropped on North Korea. He said that we don't want war. But at the same time we're not gonna run scared. This is basically what the Trump administration has been doing in North Korea. This says, anyone that deals with North Korea is going to be punished. Breaking top: Obama official who unmasked over 250 Americans right before election was just exposed. So it turns out that everything Devin Nunes told us about Obama unmasking Americans during the elections was 100% true. Now, thanks to a new report, we finally know which of Obama's top people was doing the unmasking. According to the report from Fox, former UN Ambassador Samantha Power used unmasking more than 260 times during 2016 right up until Trump's inauguration in January. The two sources, who chose to remain anonymous, both said that Power was ordering and unmasking almost every single working day of 2016. Samantha Power is expected to make an appearance on Capitol Hill next month to answer congressional questions about her role in the unmasking of Trump officials during an election. Of course, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes had already revealed his discovery of hundreds of unmaskings of Americans in 2016 to DNI Director Dan Coats, but he did not yet have a name. Now, we do. This revelation comes out right after one about a wiretap on Paul Manafort during his 1 week as a Trump campaign official, as well as the A1 family cutting a deal with the government. One cannot help but wonder if they are all connected or if the timing really is purely coincidence. Of course, the next question we need to be answered is, what roles did Susan Rice, John Brennan, and Barack Obama play in this? They are all far from innocent, and if they were spying on a different party's political campaign and using any of that info to their advantage, even now, someone needs to go to jail. James Clapper broke down. Look what he admitted about Obama spying on Trump. Former spy chief James Clapper appeared on CNN with Don Lemon on Wednesday. He went there to speak about the wiretapping of Trump's campaign manager Paul Manafort. The video begins with Lemon asking Clapper about the stories in the press. Clapper then says that he cannot comment on the FISA warrant. Clapper then stated that he stands on what he said about the 5th of March. Look at Clapper's video below. Lemon then asked Clapper if it is possible that President was picked up in a conversation with Paul Manafort. Clapper then devilishly replies, "It's certainly conceivable." Lemon, "Is it likely?" Clapper, I can't say. I wouldn't want to go there, but I will say, it's possible. It's time to lock up the criminal elements in Obama's previous government. It's time to drain the damn swamp. Share this if you agree and rejoice that it is about to all come down on them. Payback: Senator Cassidy just slammed Jimmy Kimmel on live TV and then ruined his reputation with one sentence. Jimmy Kimmel is not the first of the Hollywood elite to attack President Trump, or the first to take aim at Republicans in general. We've seen tirades from Kathy Griffin, Meryl Streep, Johnny Depp, etc., ad nauseum. But Kimmel crossed the line in most of America's eyes when he used his show, and his sick kid, to prove a flimsy point about Obamacare. The late-night host attacked Republican Senator Bill Cassidy's stance on healthcare reform and claimed he had broken promises, even at one point admitting to the exploitation of his son. "I am politicizing my son's health problems. Because I have to," said Kimmel. Advertisement. In reality, Kimmel and his family will never be in threat of losing medical treatment, which is exactly what Senator Cassidy has been trying to explain. The Louisiana senator has made many efforts to show how his proposal will help everyone involved, not just the very small population who may be able to benefit from Obamacare. During a recent taping of Fox and Friends, Cassidy finally told the whole truth and quickly exposed of Kimmel of burying facts. Kimmel said he called on lawmakers to ensure those with pre-existing conditions could obtain health care, but Cassidy proved that's exactly what he's doing. It gives billions to states like Maine, Virginia and Missouri, that their states don't have right now, that those lower-income families can have access to insurance and care for their pre-existing. He just doesn't understand that, Cassidy said Wednesday. And I say that not to provoke, but just to actually ask for him to at least consider those families in Maine, Virginia, and Missouri. But that's not all he asked from Kimmel. Senator Cassidy called out the comedian to actually hear both sides before making a decision. He asked him to recognize all the facts and be perfectly clear on the proposal before spreading flat-out lies. Jimmy doesn't understand, and not because he's a talk show host, because we've never spoken, Cassidy continued. He's only heard from those on the left, who are doing their best to preserve Obamacare. He's not heard from me, we've not spoken, and I would love to talk to him about this. Apparently Kimmel is comfortable with exploiting his son on national television, but slandering people with false information is perfectly acceptable. President Trump has warned this country about false information from the start, and it's not just coming from the crooked media. Celebrities will do anything to be in the public eye, and it can't be tolerated. If you stand with President Trump and Senator Cassidy against the Hollywood elite, tell us why and share the real truth. Sources: thehill.com. What Lou Dobbs just unleashed on Mueller is going to drive Washington crazy. Lou Dobbs is great. He got on his Fox News show last night and spoke to the wonderful Judicial Watch Tom Fitton about the Mueller investigation. Then suddenly all hell broke loose. Lou Dobbs then began discussing the relationship between Robert Mueller and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and just broke down and asked the following: "What is going on here?" Fitton then began by answering whether Mueller is investigating himself. In my view, the firing of Comey led to his appointment. Comey's leaking of information led to his appointment, and Sessions recused himself almost immediately. Fitton called Mueller an unelected bureaucrat that doesn't answer to the American people. "What can we do about it?" Dobbs said, frustrated. Lou Dobbs then closed the segment by firmly saying that establishment which owns the leadership of political parties is using Mueller as a tool to attack President Trump, who threatens their power structure. Share this if you are hoping that our president and our country can get over this. The deep state is not going down without a fight. Keep praying that our country heals itself. Get this everywhere. Amen. Right after Manafort wiretaps were revealed, Susan Rice went on TV and did most desperate thing imaginable. When someone is guilty, you can almost guarantee the first thing they are gonna do is attack the person accusing them. Now, let's talk about Susan Rice and the wiretaps of Paul Manafort during the 2016 election campaigns. It was just revealed that Rice did, in fact, wiretap the Trump campaign despite telling the American people she didn't. Not only that, she apparently used a secret FISA order to do it that not even the Director of National Security James Clapper knew about. So how did Rice respond to all these bombshell revelations that could end with this being hers and Obama's Watergate? She decided to go on TV and use the time to insult Trump. Rice talked about how bombastic his speech was and how she would not have been so mean to North Korea. Of course, she was really upset by Trump's insult of Iran since she negotiated the terrible Iran nuclear deal. This is a classic deflection from the woman who knows that her goose is cooked. There is no running from the fact that she wiretapped a political campaign for the opposite side in secret and then lied about to the public afterward. Should Susan Rice continue to walk around a free woman, or is it time to put her behind bars? James Clapper just revealed something unforgivable about Manafort wiretap. If you'll take one thing away from all the news this week, let it be this: Obama's spy chief James Clapper just admitted that even he was not told about the wiretap of Paul Manafort during the campaign. That's right. The former director of national intelligence told CNN on Wednesday that even he was unaware of the Manafort wiretap. CNN's Don Lemon asked Clapper, "Did you know about a FISA warrant against Paul Manafort at the time?" "I did not," Clapper replied. This is absolutely a major deal, since this new revelation completely contradicts what Clapper told CNN's Chuck Todd about the exact same scenario back in May. During the previous interview, Clapper told Todd that he would absolutely have been aware of any FISA orders to wiretap a person on the Trump campaign. He even said in no mixed words, there was no such wiretap activity mounted against the president-elect at the time or as a candidate or against his campaign. So now we hit the real issue. Only one of these two statements can be true. Obama was secretly getting FISA orders to spy on political opponents and hiding them from his own intelligence. James Clapper is lying about how much he knew. Regardless, something is very messed up here, and this cannot be left as is. We need to get this massive revelation out everywhere before the mainstream media hides it to cover or scandal-free Obama. After Megyn Kelly targeted Donald Trump, his response destroyed her career. Megyn Kelly starts a new show on NBC next week, one where she will be making much less money than she would have at Fox News. So why did she leave her comfortable and lucrative position at the country's #1 cable news station? According to Kelly, she left because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has a way of clarifying one's life choices, and that was true in my case, too, she said on Wednesday's episode of Ellen. Just as I was wondering where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, the universe came and shone a light, and it was clear to me what I wanted to do. Though cryptic, it's not hard to decipher what Kelly meant by the remark. Last year, after Kelly essentially called Trump a sexist during a primary debate, Trump relentlessly attacked the anchor for months, both on Twitter and during televised interviews. And apparently, the attacks were enough to get Megyn Kelly to leave her Fox News career behind. It's a remarkable feat, considering she was the second highest rated news host in all of cable. And considering Bill O'Reilly left shortly after she announced her departure, she would be #1 today. But she isn't, because Trump got under her skin. In other words, Trump wins again. Share so that everyone knows how powerful Trump can be at controlling the media. After all, he got Megyn Kelly to leave Fox News and plummeted CNN's ratings.